It's Mike with Iceberg Gaming here with another Project Zomboid guide for today. Today I'm going over the best base locations in Muldraugh. This is, of course, just my opinion, but I think it's a pretty good opinion. Project Zomboid veterans, let me know in the comment section if you agree. Looking at the official Project Zomboid map, Muldraugh is this area here. And right kind of in the center of the map. It goes down this the main highway, and then off into the west of the highway is all the suburbs and whatnot. Muldraugh isn't really one of my favorite towns. It's not beginner friendly. It's fairly heavily populated, and it doesn't have as much. Well, I guess it does have kind of as much stuff as West Point, but it's just kind of a big maze, and it's not really my favorite, but it definitely has some interesting base locations choices. So let's get into it right away, starting here at the Northern Factory. This is probably the best factory setup in the game. The location is not the best, but the factory itself is fantastic. You've got this balcony built in around it automatically, and it's got very easy roof access, and it has a decent mid-level here that we can check out, and you can expand out fairly easily with wooden floors and knock out the staircase with a sledgehammer for a very nice base. Next up, heading a little bit outside of town, we've got this isolated cabin here. It's got a built-in fence around it except for a small entrance, which makes it very easy to defend. And you could just put a little gate in here, and you will be 100% safe except for the gate. You'll just have to keep an eye on the gate, and you will be safe. Unfortunately, this is only a one-story house, and it is kind of small, and there's not a whole lot of room for farmland, but it is definitely a choice that you can partake in. The next location I would look in is kind of central in Muldraugh, and it is right outside of the gated community. It is this small little plot of land here. It's not that well defended, but it has a built-in garden that you can get started farming right at the start of the game. It does have a short fence around it for a little bit of extra protection, but it is not that well protected, but it is an interesting start because it starts with the garden and everything like that. Next up, just north of our factory, we have Smokey's Restaurant. Now, this is interesting because if you go up the side over here, there is a little apartment. It is well stocked and well furnished. Definitely an interesting base location. It even has a little balcony that you can expand off of or scout from. And definitely an interesting location. It only has the one entrance, so it is relatively secure. If you barricade that entrance up, and then you can use the your sheet ropes to escape, or as always, you can knock the stairs out with your sledgehammer and make it completely zombie proof. If you've been following along with this little mini series, you know another place I love to make bases is gated houses. We don't really have a whole lot of choices here in Muldraugh. None of them are really gated in that well, but if you look down south here, we've got a little bit of a gated community. And some of these two-story houses would make interesting choices like this one here, or maybe this one here are walled in on three sides. You could always claim the entire neighborhood and just wall off this area here and over here if you so desire. There are a couple more warehouses down at the southern end of Muldraugh, and this one does even have a little tiny upper level, but it is a very small upper level with no easy roof access, so it is not an ideal base location in my opinion. And the final location I want to look at in Muldraugh is way up here to the north. It is this relay station. It is secluded with a very high fence all the way around it except for a small entrance that you could wall in. This would make a very good base location for RP purposes. You've got your little communications tower in here, and then a couple of trailers that you could build on or expand, and plenty of open space for farmland. So this is definitely a viable option. It is a little bit farther outside of town than the other choices, but definitely something that I would consider, especially if you are into role-playing. But that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with my choices or what I missed for best base locations in Muldraugh.